call. My intentions for the call are to check on all these things on the agenda. I really want to spend a bunch of time on Give Power if we could kind of like hash through things, because I think there's not a lot to say about the other stuff. So maybe we get the other stuff out of the way first in case anyone's waiting for it, and then spend the rest of the call time on Give Power. That's my thought. Feel free to object to that. But yeah, my distractions are that, I told Griff to wake me up at 7:45. It's 8 now. That was a bad idea. That wasn't enough time for me to get ready to start the day. But it's okay. I'll pass it to me.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, if I were interesting, I like to have a use case to implement this week. And yeah, that's it. Of course, there are other items to talk about, but I don't want to get your time anymore. I pass it to Cherry.
Thank you, Amin. Hello, guys. I'm very eager to know about the agenda topics. Also, I really interested about the Give Power and know its updates. Is it ready for incremental logics? Yeah, and I don't know distracted. I pass it to Pavle.
Hello, everybody. So my intentions for the call are give power stuff. So as much as I can gather, and as much as I can clarify now, that's my goal. And I don't really have any distractions. So that's about it. I pass it to Sam.
Hello, everyone. I would like to share with you the EVM CRISPR script in order to install Give Power and test it. I think that it can be one of the points of the call, and I am finishing hashing it together right now. So I will pass it to Griff.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, Give Power is always exciting, but I also for sure want to check in on the Colt ETH farm and see what our timeline is. If there's a clear timeline and we can get that launched this week, that would be amazing, or at least next week. And yeah, if there's anything on the regen pool stuff, but I don't think that there's much to talk about that today. And distractions, none. I'm excited for this call. I'll pass it to Fabio. Good to see you, Fabio.
Hey, good to see you. Jam, everybody. So my main intention is to sync up on the Give Power. I wanna check out how I can support the development of the subgraph or the front end. I don't know. So I'm here for this, and no distraction from my side as well. I will pass it on to Mo.
Hi everyone. Intention, Give Power and sync up on everything, and no distraction. I pass it to Moni.
Hello guys, nice to see your faces. My intention for this call is just Give Power, syncing, and having a timeline for it. If you want to have the full Give Power ready for the ETH Barcelona, we have to dedicate some time for event testing and finalizing it. So we have to have a kind of timeline for all the features. I pass it on to Mitch.
Yo, just here to listen in, maybe get some last feedback on the Give Farm extension spec, with the updates from the austerity measures, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. And I'll shoot in the dark, and I'll pick Fabio. Willie.
Thanks, Mitch. GM, everybody. I'm here to listen to and catch up. And I think I might have related here about Give Power. Let's see who's go. Todd, you got it?
I have it. Everyone,
It's with you.
a sunny day in Colorado. GM. I'm really excited to talk more about that. And yeah, I guess just listening in. No distractions. Might be packing to get ready to go to New York today. So that's a little bit later, but I'll be here, be present. Ashley, would you like to go?
Yeah, thanks. I'm just here to listen in, learn, stay in sync, and my only distraction is I'm doing some stuff in the background, but I'm just mostly to listen. Jesse?
I think Sam went. I think everyone went. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, I
Oh, no.
already went.
Yeah, great. Cool. Okay, well, considering that everybody's main intention is give power, I think we should just get into give power. The culty stuff we can do after. Yeah, so give power. Maybe I'll just pass it to you, Sam, and you can give us some updates. You're saying you wanted to show us this little EVM CRISPR. Oh, you're on mute.
Okay. Do you see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Great. So I have been working on a new repo that PaxTheMax created, like a template, and last week I just added here only the contracts that are going to be related with the Give farm, and now I am testing the deployment within the Give garden. So so basically what we are doing here is I create an EVM CRISPR and I install I deploy a Give power proxy. We still need to define which are going to be the parameters of this Give power proxy. We need an initial date, a round duration, which are going to be 14 days. We already know that. The token manager, we ask EVM CRISPR, hey, which is the token manager of the garden, which probably it's not that one, but it's this one. And I need here the token distributor, and then I don't know which is the duration of the token distribution. I think that this duration is related with the token distribution, but I still have to check it out. This is the part that I was doing just now. I have it working without setting up I still don't have the part of instantiating the Give power and making it work all together. I mostly did the other part, which is uninstall the old Unipool and install a new hook. So this is basically the script. We connect to the garden through disputable voting. We can put here as a message install Give power. So the thing that we are going to do first is to remove the token manager hook that we had the Unipool previously, and we are going to register a new one with the new instance. And in order to do that, we are going to this script, what it makes is to test it locally using Hardhat. So it will check which is the result of this vote, and then it is going to vote on it and execute it. So we will know if it is going to work or not without having to test it on Rinkeby first. As it is right now, what I had is that when you execute this vote, it says something like, you cannot do that because you are not, you did not set up correctly the GivePower proxy. So this is what I was doing right now, using the upgrades package. I am not only deploying the GivePower, but also creating a proxy because it's an upgradable contract. You need to do this other thing, and yeah, I am still with that. But it's cool because we at least can at least have the script in order to install it, and we can test it. This will be the update. I am also using the data that Amin sent to me. This is the garden, one of the deployments that we had for the Give garden. That it is it kept as a staging one, and I don't know if you have any questions, guys.
My question, so this is like, so when you stake and lock and you get GGive, this is like testing to make sure that you can actually use that GGive to vote. That's super cool.
Not exactly. This contract is going to be replacing the Unipool that we have right now, because you also want these rewards. So what we are doing is extending the old Unipool that we had with adding this GivePower functionality. So because we cannot change the old Unipool, we will just deprecate it and install a new one.
So in a nutshell, this so the script is run on the garden, and it basically just replaces the hook.
Yes.
But I didn't really understand from our previous discussion is like, so there is absolutely no way that we can we cannot really upgrade Unipool, right? That's the big problem.
Yeah, this is the way.
So people will have to unstake and restake?
No, this is only going to... The only problem that we... that might be a problem. I have to check this out because I don't know where is the... I think it won't be necessary because what you have is... I don't know if Unipool is going to know that you have staked GGive. You obviously will always be able to unwrap it, but maybe it doesn't count that you are having GivePower unless you unstake and stake it again. Maybe that's one of the problems that we may have, that people needs to unstake and stake again.
And then on the other side, if they when we're actually doing the rewards, is it set so that we have a set amount of rewards, and when people stake longer, that reduces the rewards for the base, the people who are just staking?
Yes.
Okay. So it'll have like, we'll say like we're giving out this much rewards, and when you get a multiplier, you're reducing other people's amount.
Yes, what it happens is that it's like you were staking more tokens than the ones that you are staking. So the rewards are divided among all the people who has stake.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. I hope that I could have had this working, but this last part was like, not today.
And I guess one more question, actually. How flexible is the parameterization? Like, if we're saying that the max lock is a year, right? And are we setting what the max multiplier is from that lock?
Okay.
Is-
The parameters, I don't have it here. Let me see which is the formula.
I'm mostly curious if it's something we can adjust after it's been launched, or if it's something that we're locked in with at launch.
The contract is upgradable, and well, the contract is upgradable, but the amounts are stored within the contract. So the amounts that are already stored, you cannot change them. You will be able to change the future amounts, let's say.
What do you mean by
Well, when imagine that you have X amount of give power, 100 give power, and for some reason we decide to change the rules, and now we apply an extra multiplier for something else. You will still have 100 give power, unless you you unlock it. Well, actually, it is going to automatically unlock it. And then when you go to lock it again, then you will receive this update. But it will not affect the amount of give power that you already have.
Okay, that makes sense. And it would, but we could adjust the rewards, of course. We could add more rewards.
Exactly. The rewards are completely different than the rest. Actually, I didn't add any parameterization in the formula. It is just a square root of the rounds plus 1. You could change it. Actually, I have. I had a Desmos, but I don't have it here prepared. I don't know if I will be able to share it right now. Maybe we can go to other topics and we can discuss parameterization of give power later.
Yeah, totally. I just wanted to have some broad topics. We don't need to actually talk about the parameterization.
Okay. The idea is that I like how it looked like without parameterization, but of course we can discuss to add an extra multiplier, so you can decide. Okay, if you look for 1 year, it should be 5x, not 6x or 4x. It should be exactly 5x. That could be done.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about the presentation after. But what I am wondering right now. Griff was asking me just like while we were doing check-ins. Would it be possible to launch just the staking locking side of Give Power, like publicly release it before we even launch the rest of it?
I think it's possible. The only fear that I have is that when we start adding other things, we might say, oh, maybe this should have been added before. So we have to be very careful with what we launched right now. But I think that it's a good way to do that. Because we will have first the front end and the give power farming.
Yeah.
Are you referring to leave for the future delegation and projects, or you also want?
Yeah.
What are you referring by just releasing the give power?
Yeah, just well, I could.
Give power
Do you want
with-
to? But I'm imagining like just staking, locking. You have a multiplier on your locked give, and then you click the give power button. It says coming soon. Like it'll be like give power will allow you to blah 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 coming soon. So it's like allocating to projects, delegating all that stuff. We can launch after. Because it's like still like there's a lot of things we're working out, but it would be really cool to have this token utility of like, or this just feature of like stake and lock your tokens and then earn greater yields. I think it'll really like help protect us with the bear market coming. And yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Griff. What do you think?
I mean, breaking it up as much as we can is always a nice thing for smaller launches. Smaller, more easier to test and easier to. Seven, I have launched large things before. It's annoying. It's nice to get small digestible pieces.
I agree.
Can I
think
add
it's a really
something?
great idea, Lauren.
Yeah. Can I add something, Sam? Here I didn't get the point about you said that we have a unipool, it has some balance. So how we deal with that? And another point is that we have already replaced the unipool with our own unipool, which is upgradable.
Our unipool is upgradable.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, I was checking that right now with the call. And
Okay.
it's upgradable.
That will be
yeah.
That would be great actually, because in that case people will not need to unstake and stake again. So they would. Well, I still have to think on that because it is also important to have this staking with their lockings. They, as it is right now, I cannot reply right now. I'm sorry. I have to check this out.
Yeah. Yeah. So first thing is to the test environment that I sent you. It has your OneHive default unipool. Let's first replace that with one upgradable one, and then do the rest.
Yeah. Right now it's the unipool from Giveth.
No, OneHive.
No, the OneHive one is already removed, and now it's the Giveth one. There was a pending vote that I executed. So now I think that it is more or less very similar to how Giveth is, and I am just testing how to upgrade this thing. So yeah, we can try to do that with directly upgrading the unipool. If it's possible. If it's not possible because we have these other problems that people have to, because the data is going to maybe inconsistent. We need to know how much rounds people is staking. If it's only staking one round, well, actually, if it's not staking any round, then we also should know it. Maybe we have to change a little bit the contract in order to make that compatible with the old unipool. We have to check. I was doing it from the scratch, like copying the contract, but without making it compatible and upgradable. But it's also a very good idea. I will go that path as well. So, do you have other topics? In the meantime, I can check out the Desmos, and we can discuss the parameterization of heap power.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sorry, my computer froze, so I missed the last thing you were just talking about. But yeah, I mean, the only other thing, so the designs are done for the Give Farm side of Give Power. So like, I know that we were waiting for like front end development before that, but like now they're done. Mo is going to work today to like make it very organized and clean and obvious, like what the parts are. And then we can start the front end development, and then like with Sam, when do you think that this part of Give Power will be done? And then I think like, well, if Fabio's here and Amin's here, and to try to coordinate like who's going to be working on the subgraph and when it should start and those next steps.
Yeah. My initial idea, as I was saying a few weeks ago, was to do the entire testing on hard hat first. I know that Amin wants to start with the subgraph. And for that he needs the give power deployed. If we change and upgrade it, it will take a little bit longer. I think that it is still valuable because this new question about, okay, what do we do with the people who already has staking? This is something that we have to take care of. I was not taking care of it. So either if we upgrade or if we can do two things, or upgrade the old contract or just replace it. In both cases, we need to take care of the people who already staked, and I don't know how much time it is going to take. But we cannot deploy. I mean, we can deploy and just start working with the subgraph, but probably it's going to have a lot of issues right now as it is.
You're right. I think we have more thing to do on the smart contract side. The subgraph can be done in 1 or 2 days. So as we noticed, as Sam said, many things should be changed right now because we want to build on top of the current smart contract. Keep the state based on my knowledge.
I didn't understand very well. Which is the question?
He was just
the question is changed. You are writing something from scratch, but right now you should build on top of the current garden.
Yeah.
And then deploy something.
Yeah. Yeah, it will need a little bit more of work, I think.
Like end of the week?
Yeah, I cannot commit.
I like to help him, but such kind of thing should be done by one person. No, if you need any help, please let me know. If you don't need any tests to be added, I'm totally available. Tomorrow I will be off, and the next day it's really my weekend, but I can work there Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I am committing everything that I am doing in the repo. So please feel free to check it out and try it and see if there is any other thing that I should take care of, because sometimes there are, for example, what do we do with the people who already staked? That's a very important question. There are still things that are loose ends. As we are still detecting loose ends that we're not taking care of.
Okay, but chime in just for a second. Is there any way that we can sort of lock down the interface at least, or do something so that we don't block everything else? So obviously we can work on some of the front-end components, no problem. Maybe we have to delay the subgraph because it depends heavily on events. But those are the two things that I had in mind that perhaps we could do, or maybe we can try a different approach. The first one is like have a very clear understanding of what we're shipping on the smart contract side and write it down in a plain text document so that there's no confusion coming forward. And B, give as much information to the rest of the team so that everybody else can start doing their own stuff while we are figuring out the details and figuring out how to test. So that's the way I see it right now. We don't need the full test suite. We need some basic understanding of what we're doing and that basically works, so that the front end and everything can progress, and then we can go down and visit the particulars very carefully as we go along. Basically, we can have like a staging build even before we really start testing the contracts in depth. So that's just the way I see it. It's just generic comment, but I think that it's useful.
So the rise will be to start working on the subgraphs, because what is blocked right now by the by the contract. We can the front end is not blocked, right? The Figma is already there. It's clear what it has to be. It's more like Amin and Fabio who would like to work on the subraf and they cannot because the contract is not ready yet, right?
Yeah, but can we, like, maybe we can have some kind of, yeah, it would be kind of hard, like, to create some kind of, can we stabilize the interface and have like a mock implementation and then you can sort of build a subgraph around that, or is that too much to ask for?
I mean, can we have the APIs? Because we really need only the APIs for building the subgraph. I know we would like to have the deployments, so we could deploy the subgraph and test the indexing. But if we have the APIs, then we can build the interface on TypeScript and like create the handle events.
Okay. Yeah, the APIs are available. It needs an extra event that it is very easy to add. And the APIs are available. They might change, but I think that they are not going to change so much, and you can go through it. And I think that the subgraph, most of the calculations of the subgraph, like APRs and all of this, I don't know if it should be made in the subgraph or it should be made in the front end.
No, probably on the front end. Like the subgraph only changes the state on events, but the APRs changes like by block. So we can store that on the subgraph.
Exactly. So yeah, and do you think that the front end is going to need the subgraph as well? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The APIs are easy to extract from the thing that we already have right now.
We can create a mark that, just generate as we wish, create a mark contract that say, okay, print event this, emit this event, do it.
Okay.
Something like that.
Cool. Nice. That's exciting. That sounds good. So then we can start the subgraph and we can also start the front end and like, I guess just like kind of after today getting organized of things. At least with like finishing the designs and getting the APIs. Great. Okay. I really like this idea of like launching this part of Give Power as kind of like its own thing first. So cool. I'll just kind of like coordinate with you guys async on that. I don't think that there's anything else we need to discuss right now for Give Power. Is there? Am I missing something?
I think the
just share your screen again. Sorry.
My computer keeps freaking out. Cool. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
No, I was saying that I think that the Figma was already ready. So.
Yeah, Figma's ready. I mean, we did some like kind of changes to it a couple of days ago with Mo. We like fixed this modal. You know how we were talking about it last week and we had kind of some issues, so we fixed the modal now. So it's like you see like the unlocked tokens, your total all staked here, and blah blah blah. Your individual APRs for them. So now it's done, but it's a little confusing in the Figma, I think, right now for a new person going in. So Mo's gonna just like make it organized to be like this part's final before we give it to. I'm not sure who's gonna be working on this. Is it Matteo or is it Cherik on the front end?
Matteo is working on the managed token. Yeah.
Great. Okay, cool. So then, yeah, Mo, once you're finished with this, just ping me, and then I'll make sure that Matteo has all the information and the issues to get started.
Okay. Okay, sure.
Great. Okay. Anything else? Give power. Cool. Okay, let's jump into like, so if you're just here for Give Power, you can leave now. But otherwise, Cult ETH Regen Farm. Cult ETH Regen Farm. So we got I think it's just missing testing. Mateo is working on finishing a couple of like front end issues. Did you get a chance to fix those in the test environment, Mateo?
No, not yet, but I'll have them by today. I was a little bit busy with other stuff on the contest migration and all of that, but I will do it today.
Cool. Sounds good. And then I think it just requires a little bit more testing. The stuff that Mateo's fixing is like, okay, the description and like some cosmetic things. But we just need somebody to kind of go through and test it, because we thought that the Uniswap contract was whitelisted and then not whitelisted and then whitelisted, and it turns out it's not whitelisted. So we want to make sure that that doesn't interfere with your gas, because basically like the way the cult stuff works is that it takes a cut. There's like a tax on all your transactions. So if you're making an LP or harvesting rewards, there would be a tax which like might interfere with the user's ability to just like kind of like click in MetaMask without changing the gas limit. So yeah, I need some testing. Does anyone have a like free space where they could like go through and test this a little bit? Otherwise it's laying on me and I'm a little bit of a mess with trying to finish it. Yeah.
I can test it.
Cool. That would be awesome if you could test it, Mitch. So particularly testing, creating an LP and claiming rewards and just making sure that you didn't need to change the gas limit or anything for it to go through.
Okay, and this is deployed to what?
Oh, it's on the V2, like
The staging?
Yeah, it's on here. Giveth dApps V2 Vercel, right?
Is this, maybe someone can confirm, this is the same deployment as staging.giveth.io?
It's available on the staging.giveth.io.
Okay, cool.
It shouldn't be different, yeah.
Oh, cool. So wait, staging.giveth.io is the same as the Giveth dApps V2 Vercel app. Yeah, okay. Cool. I missed that memo.
It's better environment for testing, in my experience.
Yeah, good. Great. So testing and staging. Cool. Yeah, and then check for like any other small cosmetic things. Mateo's like fixing the issue of like right now it still says add Give to MetaMask on some parts. It should say add Cult to MetaMask. But yeah, great. So check out the issues that are in there already in the V2 repo for Cult ETH Regen Farm. Other than that, I think that they're not blocked on anything. If we can like have it tested, then we can deploy next week. What do you guys think? We already have everything. So it's like the rewards program should be like 5 months. I think that we should get it out as soon as possible, right? Yeah. So let's get it tested. If you can test it today, Mitch, and kind of like create whatever issues, and we can finish them by the end of the week and launch on Monday, I think that would be really cool.
Sure.
Guys, don't we have any blockers on the launching this to production on the other stuff? Sure, I think we can answer it because we have unfinished things.
No, I don't
on the
think so.
dApp staging.
No,
Is this? Do we have this branch, a separated branch for this?
We have separate branch for the GIVeconomy, Give Power, and verification. But the car case is the staging branch.
We have new cards, new view for new projects cards there. We have new donations. We have views, new views for the donation statuses. They are not finished. And if they're in the same branch, we couldn't have version on it. We get blocked by them.
But they are under a separate branch here.
Okay.
Cool. So wait, there's no blockers. This is on a separate branch. So that's great. We just finished those small issues and then we launch on Monday. Cool. I'll let Chris know just like kind of our ETA, because I think it'd be nice for their community also to like share about it from the comms perspective. The other thing is extending the Give farm.
That's just the point about call is please. I suppose that every number is ready. The distribution, the total number of tokens, the capacity of the farm. You said you would send me some rough numbers. Yeah, but you know the price is changing, and at least we should decide on some number. So yeah, this numbers should be distributed in this duration, this amount of weeks, and that's all. If you do that, it will be awesome.
I think if we can make it distribute like I can ask him, but if we just make it uniform, like every 2 weeks it's the same amount, I think it really simplifies things. I don't think that they have like a lot of like, you know, head in the game parameterization of like, let's make the APR do this and that. And I think probably the simplest solution is just best.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, cool. So we can set it up so that it's like even rewards throughout the duration of the program. Cool. Okay, great. Give farm extension. I saw. I mean, you created the issue for setting up the Give XDAI honey swap pool. Do you have any blockers on that? Have you like started to deploy it? Oh, you're on mute.
I'm mute. I deployed them. Deployed on test environment. You can see the GIVeConomy far on the staging environment. So it's ready to be tested.
Cool. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, but yeah. Cool. What? I have to go to Livestream. Nice. Well, maybe Mitch, if you're in there testing things and you want to check out the Give XDAI farm on Gnosis chain as well.
Yeah, I can send you test guy or fill the pool to you change the Giveth die to get it.
Oh, it should be XDAI though. Anyway.
No, it's test die. Oh.
But it should be Give XDAI.
Yeah, which would be the native currency. So it should really be like, I don't know. Are we using XDAI? The XDAI chain for testing?
Yeah. And we had it on the mainnet. It's for the XDAI.
That's kind of not good because to test we need to test with a native token.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean to do a real test.
Is it worth changing the spec so it's wrapped XDAI? Is it worth it?
It doesn't matter because we are staking LP token and it's up to Honeyswap to make the LP token.
Okay, that's true. That's true. We're not. I mean that we would only be testing on Honeyswap, right? Like that's where the LP is. So that makes a lot of sense.
So what happens? Because I mean, if we're using native token, then we have to test with actual funds, or can we use this test die?
We can use the test die because it's Honeyswap where you make the LP, and the LP token is an LP token whether it's a native token in the pair or not.
Right. So it won't affect the staking, whatever.
Yeah. Our actual UI doesn't use the native token, thankfully.
Right.
Yeah. So we should use the XDAI and the another icon for it, right? Not the green one, not the yellow one. The green one we need.
Yes.
The XDAI icon.
Yeah. The green with the X.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an UI issue. Then create it.
Perfect. So cool. So then we can test it. I mean, we'll just change to like what it says. But great. So if you could test that as well, Mitch, when you're kind of hacking through there, and if not, then I mean, this still has like a few more weeks, and if anybody else like wants to test, that would be super helpful too. Especially like new people coming in. Testing is a great thing to do, and you learn all about how things work. So. Great. I think that's the only thing we really needed to do for extension of the Give farm. Everything else is really just a matter of like we put more tokens in there. So, right? Am I right?
Well, we're talking about changing the spec.
Changing the spec to be different tokens?
Well, just changing the distribution parameters.
Yeah, but I don't think that really needs testing.
No.
Or development. It's really just a matter of like we talk and then we send tokens.
Yeah, we'll just change the numbers in the farm before it's deployed.
Yeah. Great. Okay, cool. Other things I got. So other region farms. Maybe we can check in quickly with Kotavi. Did you talk to anybody else about their interest in a region farm?
Hey everyone, Jim. Not much has moved really this week. Reached out to a couple of projects, but yeah, no strong interest right now for setting up another region farm.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the update and thanks for keeping that organized. Region pool stuff. I mean, I imagine we'll like talk a lot about this in the next call. Is there anything that we need to discuss here? We've got several forum proposals up about collateralizing one give, collateralizing the region pool. Ichi wants to do the loan thing, and then there's a proposal that Todd just put up about requesting funds from the NR Give DAO to incentivize these FAE deposits. Then we need to work on the design, which I'm supposed to put together. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything we need to discuss on this call, Griff?
No, I mean, I'll give more updates in the Give research. GIVeconomy research.
Okay, cool. Well, that's basically everything that I have that's like on the agenda that needs hashing through. Do we want to, yeah, I don't know. I even looked at the board and like the issues that are on the board are mostly like, okay, we wanted to get the Give token logo updated on Blockscout and on Zapper, get the Give farm on Zapper. I think that like these things can also be coordinated async. I don't think that there's anything else we need to discuss, is there? We can all just take 10 minutes. Great, thanks everybody. Great call. I'm stoked about Give Power really making such a good headway, and also the Cult ETH region farm. So thank you for your time, and I'll give you the rest of it back.
I have a super unrelated question.